Koroneko. Koroneko is a Japanese player that has played in every night here, and she is known for her golden cards and her golden portraits, so this night is no disappointment, only not bringing the golden Lotheb, but looks like Zephyr is playing the exact same deck with the Molten Giants, the Mountain Giants, and everything Giant. No Twilight Drakes I haven't seen yet, but Koroneko is playing a mid-range hunter, looks like, and setting initiative with the Knife Juggler, so Zephyr is able to answer with probably a Flame Cannon. We'll see if he wants to start pinging it down and save the Flame Cannon for later, or he's just gonna go for it right now. Yeah, go for it right now. So Zephyr is kind of unknown of how this deck could play, because both Face Hunter and Mid-Range Hunter both play Animal Companion and Knife Juggler, and he could just assume that there was no one drop. So right now he's just going to go with the Arcane Intellect, increase his hand size, hopefully get a Mountain Giant here soon. No such luck, but Koroneko is able to set up a nice board with both Animal Companions. Hitler comes down along with Leok, and bam! There goes 7 damage to face. Zephyr, oh man. Maybe Frostbolting the Huffer? Yeah, kind of interesting. He could go for Arcane Intellect along with a ping, but that's probably pretty stupid. Frostbolt's the most logical. Now, this ping does down go for Arcane Intellect to get into other stuff. He's really hoping for a Mountain Giant. Ooh, a Sludge Belcher. That's nice to come down. That'll come down next turn. Koroneko has the Lotheb of his own. Block out any spells. Okay, so Polymorph, that's going to be nice for Dr. Boom later, but right now it looks like it's Sludge Belcher time. It does straight up die to what's on the board, but it does slow down Koroneko quite a bit. So Zephyr kind of knows that this is a mid-range hunter by now, because Face Hunter does not run big stuff like Lotheb. So the hat is out of the bag, and Zephyr knows exactly what he's facing. Koroneko kind of understands what she's facing. She probably caught Zephyr's games on the stream earlier, but there is a 10-minute delay, and Zephyr has not switched decks whatsoever, so Zephyr's still playing the same deck that he played 3 games ago. He just won twice with it, so he's pretty efficient with it. Now Zephyr is looking probably to play a Mountain Giant, maybe along with a Molten Giant, yet he is scared to die, so that's probably not the best one. He could go with the Molten and the Sun Fury and then ping, and then do Flame Strike next turn. And this is really going to telegraph the Flame Strike next turn. So Koroneko's going to be like, okay, fine, I'll just trade off all my crap, and you're going to be left with a Argent Defender, and that's probably not the best. So Koroneko still at 30 life, has plenty of big drops to start laying down. And Dr. Broom is definitely one of them. So that's kind of threatening to the life. There is one Ice Block in Zephyr's deck, so that's going to be able to save him if this comes down to it. It's probably gonna. He did not get a nice Echo to Medivh on the Molten Giant. That's usually what he did in the previous game, so he is kind of like, oh my god, how do I survive this Dr. Boom? Polymorph is probably the best option. Ooh, Explosive Sheep, so that means he cannot do Polymorph, Explosive Sheep, and ping his own Explosive Sheep. That's 1 mana off, but close. He could just throw down the Explosive Sheep just to challenge what's on the current board. Or he can just ping down a beast. The sheep is a beast. Let's confirm that the sheep is a beast. So that does work with the Hunter Synergy. There is no such synergy in the hand for Koroneko though, so the beast will not get buffed by anything or be utilized in any way from Koroneko. Zephyr did reduce the damage of the board by 1 by eating a Boombot to face. Boombot hit for 2, so Zephyr's down to 10 life with no Moltens in the hand. 1 Molten has been used. Koroneko going with as much pressure as soon as possible, so Healbot might be the best play next turn. Down to 3 life and plenty of power on board. Healbot and Explosive Sheep cannot be used together. Duplicate on the... Oh, actually, okay, so Duplicate is set up to get 2 more Healbots out. So Zephyr knows exactly what he's doing with this deck. You can tell that this is his deck, this is his thing. Zephyr is a hand mage player. And we're gonna all have to learn how to play hand mage. So Koroneko has Unleash the Hounds, probably not the best. Sludge Belcher and the hero power is probably what we're gonna see. Does he attack the face, or does he attack the anti-killbot with his weapon? No traps for Koroneko, so he's not gonna save the weapon for any traps. He's probably gonna end up playing it within the next few turns, if not now. He's probably debating on whether or how he should trade this. Whether saving the weapon durability or going for Knife Juggler straight into anti-Healbot. Or just ignoring the Healbot altogether and just whacking face with everything. So if he does that, he always gonna Unleash the Hounds, assuming that Zephyr does not run many minions, and this is the best Unleash the Hounds that he's ever gonna get. And here we go. Unleash the Hounds comes down. And it goes to face. Let's see what else he sends to face, if it's everything. Looks like it is going to be everything. So that means Duplicate will not get procced. And Koroneko is dead. So Zephyr wins with 28 life. Next game up, we're going with Zephyr versus Koroneko. Looks like Zephyr is using the exact same deck. So bravo to him with using the exact same deck 4 times in a row. Koroneko is switching it up from that Hunter, mid-range Hunter, looks like to an Oil Rogue. And Koroneko does have the Golden Rogue, so bravo to him for using pretty much every Golden class and Golden card that she has at her disposal. So as far as opening hands, Zephyr with the advantage with the Mad Scientist, considering it's pretty much the best 2-drop in the game. Koroneko is able to answer that with the Weapon Up, which is pretty common for a rogue on turn 2. But as far as turn 3, so that means Fan of Knives is out of the running as far as the turn 3 play. Does not want to give Zephyr the extra card draw. So we might see a Coin Teacher. We might see a Coin Teacher. Yep, most logical play. That means that Coin will not summon a thing. It won't summon a token, it'll just summon the actual teacher. Ooh, a nice Flame Cannon. That means Flame Cannon along with the ping will clean up the Violet Teacher very effectively. That leaves everything on board for Zephyr, with destroying everything for Koroneko. Blade Flurry is in hand, but ooh, there's a Sharp Sword Oil, but no poison. So the Sharp Sword Oil is the only weapon buff in the hand. Looks like a Prep Sprint is the most common foreplay, and we're going to go with it for Koroneko. Probably looking for a poison to start killing. Ooh, a nice Edwin Van Cleave. So one prep was used, but there's another in the hand to start buffing up that Edwin. So it looks like a ping and a pat. Ooh, a ping on. That's another common mage play, is a ping onto the Acolyte. Maybe set up a duplicate, or he... Okay, so Zephyr refuses to set up a duplicate considering the crappy minions that he has on the board. Koroneko is up to 10 cards in hand, so plenty of options here. 5 mana, a backstab, a prep, plenty of stuff to do. And we are just going to sit back, relax, and see what Koroneko comes up with. Blood Mage Thalnos is going to be the openers to start getting spell damage. So that means the Blade Flurry. Oh, okay, so we're going to start with the backstab. That's going to get what secret up? Let's check the secret. As far as secret, we got duplicate. So this Acolyte will be duplicated. And there we go. Two Acolytes. Thank you very much. Zephyr was probably not wanting to Acolytes, but that's what Koroneko gave him. So Zephyr is kind of not happy about that, but he is able to summon a 3-mana Mountain Giant, so that's probably what he was aiming for to begin with, rather than worrying about Acolytes. Frostbolt's probably going to go to the SI7 agent, just to clear as much board as possible. So Zephyr is still at 30 life with plenty of cards, both players playing it pretty control heavy. As far as late game, Zephyr probably has the advantage given the duplicates and the echo to Medivh, so gonna echo a lot of the heavy hitting creatures. Koroneko will be able to burst 15-20 damage in one turn, so those Molten Giants might have a real difficult way to play. And Koroneko realizes that this is the exact same deck from last game, so Koroneko knows exactly what's in this deck. I don't know how many Echo Medivhs were played last game, if any at all, so Koroneko might be guessing on that. Looks like a prep Phantom Knives is going to start us off.
I'm ready to learn.
And maybe into an Eviscerate, and that is going to clear it with the Thalnos diving into it. Another little extra card draw. And plenty of tokens for Koroneko, and there is a Flame Strike in the hand for Zephyr, but does he go with it? It's gonna clear pretty much only tokens. He cannot ping down the Violet Teacher right now, so maybe just a Sludge Belcher and ping to set up a Flame Strike next turn, or maybe, yeah, maybe just throw down all your Acolytes and see where it goes from there. Nope, gonna go with the Frostbolt. That is going to basically set up the Flame Strike next turn. Now Koroneko is not able to do crazy combos with the Oil and the South Sea deckhand, the haha guy in her hand, but Edwin Van Cleave is probably maybe get played here. That's probably Lotheb. I'm guessing Lotheb.
So many options.
Both preps have been used, so no crazy, insane Edwin Van Cleave stats, but maybe a 4-4 or 6-6, which is still very efficient for a 3-mana minion. Koroneko, definitely think about this turn. This is probably one of the defining turns of this game. So many options, so difficult to figure out the most efficient way.
So many options.
Now, as far as game score of the overall, our first contender, Bradkin, he was able to win with 25 life and one opponent, but then was knocked out by Zephyr right here, who won with 24 life currently. So if Zephyr wins this, Zephyr will be pretty close to the champion of the night. But if Zephyr loses here, Zephyr will only have 24 life. Okay, so Explosive Sheep comes down, and the board is pretty much cleared for Koroneko, while one of the Acolytes does come down. The Lotheb kind of cock-blocked most of the spells, but that's alright. He had plenty of minions to go along with it. Koroneko maybe looking for a Blade Flurry. Ooh, a Backstab. That's going to help Edwin maybe get a little bit bigger if Edwin goes down here. Healbot into Edwin. That's going to leave it at 6-6. Yep, here we go, 6-6. And that challenges the Acolyte perfectly well. There's one Echo Medivh, so one duplicate has been played, one duplicate is in hand, and one Echo Medivh is in hand, so no Moltens just yet. Let me answer Bradkin right here. And there we go. Ping down onto... Ooh, and he's looking for a polymorph, and that's exactly what he gets. Yet the sheep will not die. Oh, actually, the sheep will die, so that means 3 draws from the Acolyte Pain, and Zephyr is very happy about that. Zephyr probably does not want to duplicate the Acolytes again, so no spell will be played. Koroneko did lose the Edwin Van Cleave, so no real solid minions in the hand. So she might go with a YOLO Tinkertown, considering that's pretty much all she's got. Now this Tinkertown will get huge, and here we go. We're going for it. onto the, bam. And this is going to be a lot of damage. Blade Flurry can hit next turn, so, oh man. Flame Strike, probably what you're looking for, but, so, 2 Blade Flurries in the hand for Koroneko, only one can get played. That's going to destroy the weapon, leaving the other Blade Flurry pretty useless. Polymorph, so second Polymorph. This is probably one of the best Polymorph targets, considering Rogue doesn't really play that big of minions. Sylvanas does come down maybe, so Polymorph is probably going to be... Oh, a taunt! Okay, so a taunt. So that's going to leave the Molten Giants without... Okay. So all of this is going to die to a Blade Flurry. We know that. So first, probably start with the Sprint, and then Blade Flurry so you don't sacrifice anything to the Sylvanas Death Rattle. Or just Sap Sylvanas, whatever you want. Koroneko has plenty of cards to work with, and almost has lethal with that. So Koroneko is currently 3 damage off lethal with that poison draw. Starting with the Blade Flurry. Okay, so, ooh, and a Molten Giant at the perfect time. So maybe one Echo and Medivh is being played here to get 2 Moltens on the field. And Zephyr is just hoping that Koroneko does not have the extra 5 damage to actually kill him. Duplicate is up to start pumping out those Molten Giants. Ping does come down. Koroneko is left with an couple Azure Drakes to draw if she wants to. So Koroneko is pretty much... Actually, Koroneko has lethal, yeah. Oh, if Koroneko realizes this is not Ice Block. Koroneko is thinking this Ice Block, but as far as lethal go, weapon up, poison, eviscerate, dead. Let's see how Koroneko kind of thinks this through. Last game, Koroneko was able to see lethal, even though the secret was kind of mysterious on what it was. We know that Zephyr runs 1 Ice Block, but has not seen it yet this game. Koroneko has not seen any Ice Blocks, I think. And lethal. Bam, here we go. So Koroneko is able to win with 26 life. So, nice.